let us have a look at the relationship between cost, profit, and producer surplus. Here, in this case, assume that we have an industry or a market total cost function that is written as 10 plus 4 times q plus q squared. You can use calculus to take the first derivative, and that would give you the marginal cost function. The marginal cost function associated with this total cost function is 4 plus 2 times q. Now note that we also have an inverse demand function, which I have written as P equals 19 minus Q. Now, in a first step, let us solve for the market equilibrium, and this is where the supply, or the marginal cost function, equals the demand function. Okay? So we have 19 minus Q is equal to 4 plus 2 times Q. So you can solve this and you get 15 equals 3 times Q, and hence the equilibrium quantity, let's call this Q star, is equal to 5, and the equilibrium price, let's call this P star, is equal to 14. So here we can see that we have a quantity of 5, and we also have an equilibrium price of 14. So let us calculate the producer surplus associated with this situation. So the producer surplus is the area of this triangle here. And to calculate the area of a triangle, we have to calculate base times height divided by 2. So here, in this case, the producer surplus is base, it's 5, times the height of the triangle, which is 14 minus 4. So this is equal to 10. And we have to divide by 2, and hence the producer surplus in this case is 25. Now, in order to calculate the profit is revenue minus cost, we have to do the following. So let's say profit is equal to revenue minus cost, or total cost. So in this case, the revenue is simply price times quantity. So 14 times 5 is equal to 70. And the total cost is equal to 10 plus 4 times 5 plus 5 squared, which is 25, and hence the total cost in this case is 55. So now you can calculate the revenue minus the total cost, 70 minus 55, and you see that the profit is equal to 15. Note that the difference between profit and producer surplus is actually the amount of the fixed cost. Okay, so here we have a fixed cost of 10. So this is so this part here is the fixed cost, and then this part here is the variable cost. Okay, and hence the fixed cost is 10. We have a profit of 15, so 15 plus the fixed cost of 10 is equal to 25, which corresponds to the producer surplus. Okay? So this is the relationship between the profit and the producer surplus. Now let us go a step further, okay, and get some additional information out of this graph. And this information will become important when we are going to talk about externalities. Okay? Now let us calculate the area underneath the marginal cost function. Okay? So now here we can do this easily because we know that we have 14 times 5, so the entire area here is 70, and that we have a producer surplus of 25, and hence we have 70 minus 25 is equal to 45. Okay? So this would be the area underneath this curve, okay, or underneath the supply function, is 45. Now note that this 45 corresponds to the variable cost, okay, because the variable cost is the 20 plus 25, which is 45, okay, and so hence, and you can show that this is mathematically true, the area underneath the marginal cost function, so that's what I have shaded here in red, that corresponds to the variable cost. Okay, so this area here represents the variable cost. This will become an important aspect when we are talking about externalities.